So I cut up a pair of old Air Force issue fatigues that I had, camo fatigues that I had. I was never in the Air Force. Flew a couple missions as a contractor though. Anyway, cut them up. I'm going to go ahead and use these pockets, sew onto my Russian rucksack. Has additional storage on the sides, and we'll make up a pocket for my Corona 40 to fit in something like this on the sleeve, on the side of the pack, and then another pack on the front to hold a flashlight and a knife and a striker and some other stuff. So we'll see how it goes. So I sewed a buttonhole type thing here, first attempt at one, so that when I package this unit in here, it'll be able to slide up through there, fit nicely in this pocket. See how it goes. Cut that hole and check it out. Alright, so it just kind of fit through there. I mean, I figured it would tear it in no time, but kind of gave it a hole to peek out of. Clean that up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and sew it right down here as well, so that this is a little sleeve that I'll sew onto my backpack, onto the end of the side of my backpack. All right. So I went ahead and put a triple bead on this edge here to kind of sew this pocket up. So now I got it all patched up and ready to, as far as I'm concerned, ready to put onto my backpack. I'll clean up this edge a little bit, but I am in no way a professional sewing person, or even thinking about sewing. You know, I've got this little, basically, toy sewing machine here, and it works for me. Well, I got it stitched on. I had to do it by hand, which is terrible work, but it's on there. With some of my heavy-duty leather stitching cord there. Tools in there. It's a little hard to do it because it's a button. It's a military type button on there. Hard to do it with one hand, but I can get it done. There it is. Been wanting to do that for a while because I just had it sitting in a nylon bag down in my sack, which I thought was kind of ridiculous since I had my axe on this end, my hatchet on this end. I was thinking about doing similar latching like this, lacing, I'm not sure what we'd call it, but leather straps like this on the other side, but I don't know. I just figured that the saw with those sharp edges and might be a catch-all, even though this tends to be as well. The hatchet tends to catch things in the bush. So I've got to get the other pocket sewn. I did shorten it up. I'm going to sew it up on here. I might be able to shove this in to the sewing machine and get at least these two edges sewn with the machine, and then have to come in here and hand stitch down in here. We'll see. That'll be this afternoon. Time for lunch. Okay, so there it is. All sewn up. Use some of this tape to hold it in place while I shoved it down into that machine and stitched it up. And it's not the most the best stitching in the world, but anyway, good enough for me. So now I got 3 little pockets. I ended up going up on top because down here had been a little more difficult to do because there is a pouch on the other side of this. And my other reinforcement lining that I did last month is in there as well. So it would have been much more difficult to sew. And here this thing's getting old and ragged, but I still love it. Anyway, so there it is. It's a cargo pocket off a little set of fatigues. And I went ahead and sewed 3 separate pockets in here. So I got one for my flashlight, my knife, and my Leatherman. So there it is. Thanks to Sebastian for all the help. I appreciate it, buddy. You're a good guy.
Did not really help you.